There is a reason you are not receiving what you have been asking for. A reason the doors you knock on stay shut. A reason the breakthrough stays delayed. And it is not because you are unlucky, it is because you are unknowingly standing in your own way. Today you will uncover the 3 hidden ways people sabotage their own blessings. And most never even realize it. These are not just common habits. These are spiritual blocks that go unnoticed. Yet they hold massive power. Power to delay your growth. Power to block love, wealth, peace, and even health from flowing into your life. You have prayed, you have hoped, you have done your part. But it feels like something is stuck, right? That something just is not moving. That no matter how much you try, the results are missing. You are not alone. And more importantly, it is not your fault. But now that you are aware, it becomes your responsibility. In this video, we will reveal how small thoughts and quiet behaviors silently cancel your blessings. You will learn how doubt disguised as logic chips away at your face. How negative self-talk, dressed in humility, is actually limiting your receiving. And how comparison, something we have normalized, slowly kills your spiritual flow. We are not just going to point out the problem. You will walk away with specific actions you can take today. Actions that shift your energy and realign you with the blessings that are already yours. These are timeless principles, but most people overlook them. That is why so many stay stuck, not because they lack desire, but because they lack awareness. There is also a reason this message is reaching you on July 20. Today carries a unique energetic window, one that can magnify your thoughts and reset your alignment. If you are willing to do just one thing, open yourself fully. Stay with this video until the end, because at the end we will share one small shift you can make tonight. A shift that may just change everything. Not because it is magic, but because it is aligned truth. You deserve to live in flow, not frustration. You deserve peace, not pressure. And the only thing standing between you and the life you feel calling you is the block you do not even know is there yet. Welcome to our channel, where spiritual wisdom meets practical life. If you are ready to unlock what has been waiting for you, hit that subscribe button and join a community that chooses faith over fear, alignment over anxiety, and clarity over confusion. Now let us begin. Let us talk about something most people never admit out loud, the quiet, creeping doubt that maybe, just maybe, miracles are not meant for them. You say you believe, you say you are spiritual, but deep down there is a voice that whispers, "It works for others, not for me." That voice is not just doubt, it is the seed of blockage, because when you carry that belief, even unconsciously, you disconnect from the very thing you are trying to attract. This belief often comes from a deeper lie many have been told, that miracles have stopped, that they only happened in ancient times, in sacred texts, in holy lands, that they were for prophets, saints, or chosen ones, not for ordinary people living in the present day. This teaching has seeped into culture, into conversations, and even into spiritual spaces. People quote it with conviction, never realizing how much it's limiting them. And when you carry that outdated belief, you naturally pull back. You stop expecting. You start settling. You see blessings happen around you, but instead of celebrating, your inner voice says, "See, it happens to others, not to me." Over time, this internal narrative becomes your normal. You pray, but without energy. You visualize, but without feeling. You ask, but you do not truly believe it will happen. This is not a lack of faith. It is a lack of connection to truth. Because the truth is, miracles are not rare. They are misunderstood. They do not always come with flashing lights or dramatic signs. Sometimes they arrive quietly, hidden in timing, disguised in delays, wrapped inside of something ordinary. But when you believe they are not for you, you stop looking for them. So how do you fight this? Not with big declarations or forced positivity. You fight it with small steps, tiny shifts in belief, daily acts of faith, consistent gratitude. You begin by saying to yourself every morning, "Good things are on their way to me." You train your mind to expect, even if your situation has not changed yet. You catch yourself when that old belief shows up, and you replace it with a better thought. You look back on moments that did work out, when the right person called, when money came unexpectedly, when things aligned, and you remind yourself that was a miracle too, and you lean into gratitude, not just for the big things, but for the small ones. Gratitude is the soil where miracles grow. It tells the universe, I see what you've already done, and I'm open for more. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is moving, and in that shift your energy changes, your posture changes, your day changes. Most people wait to believe until something happens, but the truth is, something happens when you start believing first. And even if your faith is small, it is still enough, because small faith, practiced daily, becomes strong belief, and strong belief attracts divine timing. There is a silent trap that blocks more blessings than failure ever could. False guilt. It is that heavy feeling that you are not good enough to be blessed. Not because you have done something terrible, but because deep down you carry a quiet weight of shame or unworthiness that no one sees. It often starts early. Maybe you grew up hearing that you have to earn everything, even love. Maybe you were told that suffering makes you spiritual. Maybe someone made you feel like your past disqualifies you from receiving good things. So now even when something good shows up, your first instinct is to question it. Do I really deserve this? Is this too good for me? What if I lose it? These questions do not protect you, they block you. This is the pattern of false condemnation. It creates invisible walls around your life. You work hard, you hope, you pray, but somewhere inside a part of you still believes you have to prove yourself before good things can stay. That mindset shows up in the way you self-sabotage. It is the reason you turn down opportunities, hesitate to say yes, or undercharge for your talents. It is the voice that says, people like me do not get this lucky, or I should be grateful for what I have, and not ask for more. The most dangerous part, it feels noble. False guilt often wears a mask of humility, but humility is not thinking less of yourself. It is thinking of yourself truthfully, and the truth is, you are worthy, not because of what you have done, but because of who you are. When you walk around saying, I do not deserve, the universe listens. Life responds to your energy. If you carry the frequency of shame, your blessings hesitate, not because you are being punished, but because you are not aligned with receiving. You cannot receive what you reject. You cannot welcome in love, peace, wealth, or joy if a part of you keeps pushing them away with quiet guilt. The shift begins when you stop repeating that old script, when you catch that thought, I do not deserve, and you pause, and instead you speak a new truth. I am open to receive. Say it even if you do not fully believe it yet, because your mind follows repetition, your energy follows intention. The more you speak it, the more you soften the wall you built without knowing. And this new statement is not selfish. It is sacred. It means you recognize the divine nature of giving and receiving. It means you are no longer rejecting what is meant for you out of misplaced guilt. It means you are learning to be a vessel, not just a worker. It means you are finally willing to let blessings flow in, not just flow out. Every time you affirm, I am open to receive, you rewrite the story you have been trapped in. You break the false chain of condemnation and step into alignment with truth. Because the most powerful blessings are not earned, they are received through openness. There is a quiet habit that drains spiritual energy more than we realize: complaining and envying others. It does not always show up loudly. Sometimes it is just a sigh when you see someone's success, a bitter thought when you hear someone else's good news, a subtle, constant comparison between your timeline and theirs. This habit may feel harmless, it may even feel honest, but energetically, it is shrinking your spiritual field. Every time you focus on what someone else has, you take attention away from what is blooming in your own life. Every time you complain, you reinforce the belief that something is wrong, broken, or missing. That focus, repeated enough, becomes your atmosphere. It lowers your vibration and makes it harder for blessings to set. On platforms like YouTube and Reddit, people share how this habit became invisible over time. Some admit they celebrated others in public, but secretly resented them in private. Others confessed they lost their joy by watching other people's progress, instead of tending their own. This is not about being bad. It is about being misaligned, because when your spirit starts to shrink, your field, your presence, your energy, your flow shrinks with it. Opportunities pass by, connections fade, life begins to feel unfair. But the fix is not complicated. The shift starts with awareness and a simple decision: be grateful and be glad for others. That is it. When you start thanking life for what you already have, even the small things, you signal that you are ready for more. Gratitude is not just about being polite. It is spiritual expansion. It turns your energy into a magnet. It says, I am safe, I am whole, I am ready. And when you cheer others on, not fake support, but true celebration, you unlock something even deeper. You remove the barrier between you and what you see in them, because what you admire in others is a mirror of what is possible for you. And when you bless their journey, you make space for your own. This mindset does not mean ignoring your struggles. It means shifting your attention. It means looking at what you do have and nurturing it. It means saying, if they can have it, I can too. It means choosing love over lack. That shift opens your field again. It expands your energy. It allows joy to flow. It invites peace back into your mind. The truth is, envy comes from fear that life is running out of good things. But life is not limited. There is more than enough to go around. You do not lose your blessings by blessing others. You multiply them, because your field responds to how you speak, how you feel, and how you treat others when it is their season. When you stop shrinking with comparison and start expanding with thanks, something opens, something moves. You get out of your own way, and the path becomes clear again. There is another hidden block that many overlook: rushing divine timing and holding on to old grudges. Both seem unrelated at first, but they quietly shut down spiritual flow. When you rush timing, you are telling the universe that you do not trust it. You are saying, if it does not happen now, it may never happen. That anxious energy builds resistance. It creates pressure, and pressure repels blessings. You may not say it out loud, but every time you check the clock on your dreams, every time you compare your speed to someone else's, you send the signal that your trust has conditions, and that weakens the power of your intention. Impatience makes you settle too early or give up too soon. It makes you chase instead of attract. It puts you in fight mode when you were meant to flow. It whispers, nothing is working, even when something is still unfolding behind the scene. The most powerful shifts often come after the longest silence. But if you rush the process, you never stay long enough to see the breakthrough. Then there is the weight of unforgiveness. Holding on to resentment is like carrying a blocked valve in your spirit. No matter how positive you try to be, the old bitterness clouds your flow. You may think you have let it go, but if someone's name still brings a sting, if the memory still makes your jaw tighten, that wound is still open, and open wounds leak energy. Forgiveness is not about letting others off the hook. It is about freeing your own energy. When you release that pain, you make room for something new to enter. You shift from victim to vessel. You stop replaying old betrayals and start rewriting your future. Both impatience and unforgiveness come from the same root: control. Wanting to control how fast life happens, wanting to control how others behave. But flow cannot be forced. It responds to surrender. It responds to trust. It responds to softness. There are people who do everything right, speak affirmations, visualize goals, pray daily, but they still feel blocked. Often, it is because of these quiet resistances: the inner hurry, the unresolved hurt. These are the subtle layers that keep the spiritual channel tight. These are the patterns that must be noticed and shifted. When you slow down and say, I trust the timing, you stop chasing and start aligning. When you whisper, I release what hurt me, you return to your own self. And from that place, the flow begins again. Not just in one area, but across your whole life. Because divine energy does not move through tension, it moves through peace. There is power in the small things we do daily, the habits that seem simple, are often the most transformative. If you want to unblock the flow of blessings in your life, it starts with how you begin and move through your day. A spiritual shift does not require a full life makeover. It requires intention, consistency, and small acts of alignment. Start each morning with a faith statement. Before the phone, before the worries, before the news. Speak life into your day. Say something rooted in truth. I trust today is unfolding for my highest good. I am aligned with peace, purpose, and provision. Good things are finding me. These are not empty words. They are energetic declarations. They set the tone. They set the frequency. They tell your spirit where to focus, in your mind what to expect. Next, speak gratitude out loud. Do not just think it, say it. Words carry vibration. When you say, thank you for even the smallest blessings, your breath, your home, your progress, you affirm abundance. Gratitude turns your attention toward what is present, not what is missing. And when you are focused on presence, you expand. Life hears gratitude like an open door, and blessings love open doors. Then take a moment to celebrate someone else's win. This is not always easy, especially when you feel like you are still waiting for your own, but cheering for others sincerely breaks envy. It frees your energy from the trap of comparison. When you say, that is amazing, I'm happy for them, you shift from lack to alignment. You stop seeing others as competition and start seeing them as evidence. Evidence that it is possible, that it is near, that it is also available to you. And throughout the day, release impatience with a breath. Not everything needs to be fixed, solved, or answered right away. Some answers come in stillness. Some breakthroughs come through space. When you feel that rush building, pause, inhale deeply, exhale slowly. That breath is not just air. It is a reset. It tells your nervous system, I am safe. It tells your spirit, I trust. It tells the universe, I am ready, but I am not forcing. These 4 practices seem small, but done daily, they rewire your internal state. They move you from scarcity to faith, from noise to clarity, from resistance to openness. They are not about being perfect. They are about staying connected. When your energy is clean, clear, and grateful, the things you desire stop running from you. They find you in stillness. They meet you in alignment, and they settle because you are finally able to receive them. You have heard the blocks. You've seen the patterns. Now it is time to break them. Stop the sabotage. Align today and watch doors open. Do not let doubt, envy, or impatience steal what is already meant for you. Your next breakthrough could be one shift away, and it starts with your energy, your mindset, and your daily focus. Like this video if you are ready to receive, and share this with a friend who might be unknowingly blocking their own blessings. Subscribe to our channel for more deep truths, spiritual tools, and daily alignment. Your flow is waiting. Make today the day you open the door.